All right. Welcome everybody to House Energy and Digital Infrastructure. It's Friday, March 20th, and we are here to hear from the Appropriations Committee on action they've taken on a couple of our bills, and then do a straw poll. So I'm Rep. Kathleen James from Manchester.
Scott Campbell from St. George Verdi.
Chris Morrow, Wyndham, Windsor, Bennington.
Michael Southworth, Caledonia 2.
Christopher Howland, Rutland 4.
Garrett Corey, Washington 2.
Bram Kleppner, Chittenden 13, Burlington.
Great. And Representative Squirrel, I know House of Probes took, in the room.
Statically sending paperwork on there.
Super. Probes took action yesterday on a couple of our bills. And believe it or not, that's a new experience for us. So if you could please just fill us in a little bit on both of the amendments. I know you're not the floor reporter for the other bill, but I think they're both the exact same language.
Well, there's the same concept anyway.
Yeah.
I represent Trevor Squirrel for Appropriations Committee. One of the processes we go through, obviously, bills come to us because they have either money in the underlying bill. Sometimes they get to us and there's no money, but it still comes to us. Or there's an appropriation or multiple appropriations in the bill. So we have that opportunity to review that and look at that. When bills have money in them, our general process, if we're working on the budget, is to look at that and make a decision whether we like the bill, we like the policy, but we haven't made a decision about how we're spending the money in the budget. We might set the bill aside until this week, but we have to get it done by right? Or we make a decision that we modify what's in the bill, appropriations wise, or we say, fine, we think that's reasonable and we have money available in the budget to accomplish it. In the case of these two bills, even though the language is a little bit different, it accomplishes the same thing, which essentially the committee determined that the money wasn't available in the budget construct that we have for these two bills, for these two appropriations. And so what we do is we generally, what we do is we strip out the amendment, strips out the appropriation. And then there's some verbiage related to that. In the case of one of these bills, I think there was rulemaking that would be connected to an appropriation. So that's also interested also. I can walk through these if you want, but that's the process I throw.
That'd be great.
Okay. So in 718, this was not mine, but this is the residential contractor industry task force. I'm not sure what the dollars were involved with that, but the appropriations was in section 13. So that's deleted. And then there's a new section 13, which basically says the work required or asked of an agency or organization is contingent upon the appropriation. Okay. So they don't have to do this work, not having the appropriation. An agency or an organization or a department could choose to do that, obviously. Or when this goes over to the Senate can make a different action on this. Okay. But the philosophy in our committee is that we agree with the policy and we think it's good policy. We still want to advance it, even though the funding may not be in the bill. That's why both of these got voted out, because we thought the policy was good. So that was 718. And then
I'm sorry, we're back to 718. I noticed in the notice calendar it said the vote was 8-3, but then I also noticed that Rep. Kaczynska is presenting the appropriations report.
Yeah.
So I wondered if in the email from Nigel, he said the vote was 9-2. So do you?
I would have to go back and
Okay.
because I didn't bring that particular paperwork. I have my paperwork for my bill.
That's fine. I'll just ask you.
If I remember correctly, I'm the clerk. If I remember correctly, it was 9-2. So you might want to square that box.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that what you got from Nigel? Said 8?
Nigel said 9-2.
Exactly. I think it was 9-2.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
One of the members that thought they voted one way actually voted the other way.
Okay.
So
I'll check with John. Thanks.
And on 740, this is the greenhouse gas. And essentially it was, this is one that had rulemaking in that, so there's actually two instances of amendment. We wanted to say that the rulemaking is also contingent on having an appropriation available. And then of course, the money's out of it, and striking out section 3, which is where the appropriations and positions were, so that's how it's doing.
Great. And so just to reiterate, all the different paths I see. So bottom line is that even if 740, I'll use that as an example because I'm the lead sponsor on that one. So even if 740 passes the House, passes the Senate, and gets signed by the Gov. So even if the bill goes all the way, A&R will still not be required. They can do the work if they want to, but they are not required to do the work until such time as the funding is made available.
That's
Okay. And the
And
funding
we
could be,
started doing that because too often bills, money's being stripped out, but it wasn't clear.
right,
And then you end up with unfunded mandates and departments and agencies.
right, saying, my God, we passed the bill, we can get the money.
Yeah.
Okay. And so the paths for any of this funding, when it becomes contingent, could be the Senate puts it in. Or
In full or part.
in full or in part, or something happens next year in the BAA.
Sure.
Or how does the whole waterfall thing work? Do you guys have a waterfall thing going this year?
Probably not.
Okay,
Um,
because I've heard about that in years
what
past.
Chair James is referring to is that we get a consensus forecast twice a year, which is January and July. We had January 1, we had to make some adjustment for that, okay? We obviously know from month to month what's happening, but it's not an official forecast. Before we get to the July 1, and of course, we've already voted our budget out and ready to go. So if we think there's money going to be available over and above the forecast when we're getting the budget done, we'll create, we don't use waterfall, but contingency list,
I'm sorry.
which basically says if we think there may be $100 million, that we might prioritize a list of things not in the budget because we've got the construct of the January consensus forecast to work. You can't sneak that. And so if in fact that money is over budget, over the consensus forecast, then you can start appropriating that money until it's exhausted.
Okay, but that's not,
But we're not anticipating that this year.
okay,
It has been the case in the last few years, but that's because we've had a lot of federal money, and that's really tailing away. But
okay,
So you're,
the economics are very different.
yeah, okay,
so you're anticipating not creating a contingency list.
I won't say no to that. I
Yeah.
don't, we're anticipating doing that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that it's not going to do that.
So the only way that funding would be appropriated would be the joint fiscal committee would be able to do that.
That's always an option. I doubt very much.
I found this on the web.
Take this
I
up,
also
take
think that I
it
don't think we're
specifically.
anticipating that. It doesn't need to be
Sort of
on track.
But
Okay.
they could.
So, sorry, can you say the last thing again?
No, I doubt very much they would take it up on this particular case.
Okay,
Maybe
So
so
this-
these are emergencies and things like that.
right,
so it would be a BAA situation.
Yeah, or
That was-
something may happen on the sentence.
Or, right. Assuming as you said that it goes through and governor signs it, but there's still no money, then it would have to be appropriated later. And the first opportunity would be the BAA.
That's correct. I mean, you can also have to have a conversation with the agency.
okay. All right, well, does anybody have any additional questions for Representative School?
So if we vote against this, then we can be sending a message to appropriations that they should be putting money into it.
I don't think so. Essentially, Representative Squirrel, you can correct me here, but essentially we're voting on the bill again, straw poll. Within the context of now we understand that the money is simply contingent. So no, I don't think we're really sending a message to folks.
Whoops, is going to look at this again.
Yeah,
Well, feel free.
Yeah. So,
You're gonna
All
quote
right.
the mic, then go ahead.
yeah. Okay, so with that set up, I think we can just take a quick straw poll. Okay, so H718, the residential energy code as amended by approps. All in favor of the bill? Hey, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Are you, somebody writing this down?
I am.
Okay. And H740, greenhouse gas. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
You don't ask who against.
Well. Oh wait, I did skip that, didn't I?
Yeah, I was waiting for.
I'm really sorry. All right, H718, residential energy, all in favor. Straw poll. Get your hands high, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All against. 6, 2, 1. Okay. Greenhouse gas, 740. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All opposed. 2. 6, 2, 1.
I was gonna say, you said all six and then all opposed, so.
All opposed. All right.
Mike's working this way.
I know, right?
Find a way to make this
So-
land.
Thank you very much.
All righty, Representative Squirrel, back to your appropriations grotto.
I saw you.
Your appropriations.
Grotto.
Thank you. Good luck at everything.
Yeah,
Thanks, Trevor.
all right, quickly before we go off live, flight path, an agenda for next week. Data centers went to Ways and Means, they voted it out. You,
11, no, 10-0.
10-0-1,
yeah,
Wow.
so data centers with no changes.
727, right?
Yeah, that's 727. So data centers will be on notice on Tuesday, on the floor Wednesday, Thursday. Our miscellaneous PUC bill is whoop off to the Senate. And then both the bills we just talked about are already on notice today. So they'll be on the floor Tuesday and Wednesday with me reporting greenhouse and Scott reporting energy code and Laura is data centers. And then we've got our agenda. We're going to post it soon for next week. We are taking a bunch more testimony on 202. And then at that point, I'm feeling like we will have taken all the walk around testimony on 202 and we'll see who else we need to hear from and then maybe try to do a markup to see like where we're going with that. Yeah.
Have we thought about taking any testimony from landlords?
No, we should.
I don't
We
know
should
if
do
there's a landlord association.
There is a landlord
Hmm?
association.
I'm not clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There is a landlord association.
Yeah.
Hey, Alex.
Angela's, there's Chowski or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vermont Landlord Association,
Apartment Owners Association.
Apartment Owners Association.
Yeah.
I think a half an hour. Probably reach out and see if she can come in. Okay. Then S213 has made its way to our board. I have not carefully read the bill yet. But we just started with all the witnesses that the Senate heard from. And we've invited them all but we're starting with a walkthrough. So O'Grady is going to walk us through that bill like right starting off Tuesday afternoon. So we'll all understand the bill, know what it's about. And then I found out yesterday there's another Senate bill coming our way. I'm not remembering the number right now. Also coming out of Senate Natural Resources. And it is about something called CPACE.
Oh, yeah.
And it is a financing mechanism that helps commercial properties build energy projects,
Do energy efficiency.
do energy efficiency projects. That is all I know. And that's coming here too.
Exciting.
Yeah,
Glad it's coming here.
yeah, and that's it. So anybody? Yeah,
Madam Chair, I know I've mentioned this before. I'm hoping that we can consider the cybersecurity at council adding legislative members when we think about 213 if it's germane to the bill.
Okay. And I'm also interested in doing a quick walkthrough on the appliance standards bill
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
to see if there's a place we can add that. Mm-hmm. All right. Thanks, everybody. We can go off live.